The GH recap for May 8, 2023, has Trina not giving up on Spencer. The General Hospital recap features Trina refusing to believe that Spencer Cassadine could be dead. In this episode, a body was found, but it was not Spencer's, giving Trina hope he was still alive. In Port Charles, Jocelyn wept to Dex about Spencer's plight and wrote him off for dead. Willow did her best to convince Michael not to turn Sonny into the feds, while Sonny told Diane he was determined to learn who turned Carly in. Sam and Nina had a talk about Carly and Willow that ended with Sam giving Nina some very weird advice. Now, let's dig a little deeper into the details. Over in Greenland, Trina, Tabiana Ali, took care of Big Baby Ace and got the news she wasn't looking for when Valentin, James Patrick Stewart, and an agent walked into the WSB facility. There was no sign of Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, out there at all. A miraculously recovered Valentin told Trina that Anna, Finola Hughes, was already in London meeting with the new WSB director to smooth things over, but they could all soon go home on a waiting plane. Trina insisted she wasn't leaving without Spencer. Just then, the WSB agent walked in to announce they had recovered a body from the wreckage. When she and Valentin went to identify the body, they learned it was a dead Victor, Charles Shaughnessy, who was found, giving Trina hope that Spencer was still out there. Trina soon had a long talk with Ace about how fantastic Spencer was as she remembered tender moments with him. Valentin said that they left for Port Charles, insisting there were likely no survivors. Trina was sure that she would feel it if Spencer were dead, but Valentin didn't seem to be buying that. As Trina, Laura, Jenny Francis, Valentin, and Baby Ace made their way to the plane, they suddenly heard a noise. Just then, Spencer appeared, and Trina ran into his arms for a kiss and embrace. Back home, Jocelyn, Eden McCoy, arrived at Dex's, Evenhofer, place to cry over the fact that Spencer was missing despite berating him and telling him to go back to Europe the last time she saw him. She relayed the whole sordid tale of what happened in Greenland, per what she learned from Trina's recent phone call. Joss couldn't stop going on and on about Spencer, while insulting him and calling him spoiled. She couldn't believe Spencer was gone, and Dex was highly sympathetic to her plight. At least she wasn't talking about Willow, Caitlin McMullen, or Sonny, Maurice Bernard, so this was a switch. Speaking of Willow, she remained in bed dying as Michael, Chad Duell, sat by her side, but at least they were happy that Aunt Liesel's, Kathleen Gaddy, bone marrow was on its way. Michael praised Willow for how much she fought to beat this cancer, despite the fact that she pretty much refused to even treat her disease and just waited to die for the better part of a year. All Willow wanted to know was when Liesel would get there, cause no time to waste when you decided chemo wouldn't be your thing when you were still at stage 1. Once she knew the bone marrow was on its way, Willow changed the subject to the incriminating video on Sonny and begged Michael not to turn it over to the FBI. Instead, she wanted him to delete it. Despite the fact that his wife was on death's door, Michael argued with her that he had to turn Sonny in. Willow then asked Michael to consider how Donna and Avery would feel if their father was in jail. Michael brought up his own childhood and how he had to look the other way while knowing Sonny was a criminal. Willow still wanted him to delete that video. Sam, Kelly Monaco, and Nina, Cynthia Watrous, ran into each other at the hospital when they were both there to check on Willow. All Nina wanted was for Sam to tell her how Willow's wedding was. Because Sam is not petty, she kindly told Willow's mother all about the affair and how beautiful Willow looked as a bride. The wedding was perfect, Sam recalled, until the SEC barged in to question Carly. She pointed out to Nina that the SEC has pretty heartless timing, which only served to make Nina feel more guilty for turning in Carly and Drew. Nina felt even worse when Sam innocently pointed out that Carly had become Willow's friend and mentor. Nina took the opportunity to tell Sam she still couldn't believe that Willow would latch onto Carly as a mother figure, considering that Carly lied to her about her own identity. She rightly pointed out that if Carly had told the truth from the start, Willow would have known to go to Nina and her family as soon as she knew she needed a bone marrow donor. Sam tried to get Nina to see Willow's perspective, but that didn't make Nina feel any better. At least Sam did her best to make Nina feel better by relaying her own story of how she learned Alexis was her mother when they were enemies and didn't instantly love her. But now they are as close as they would have been if Alexis had raised her. Sam advised that Nina just give Willow time, and Nana wondered how much time Willow has left. Sam then oddly suggested that Nana ask Carly for help getting through to Willow. Once Sam was gone, Carly and Nana ran into one another by the elevators. Diane, Carolyn Hennessy, met with Sonny, Maurice Bernard, in his office as he demanded to know what evidence the SEC had against Carly, Laura Wright. Diane refused to break the rules and tell him anything because he no longer has spousal privilege since he and Carly divorced. Sonny did his best to try to get Diane to break the rules, but Diane just wanted to know why Sonny even cared.